Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. So today we have got a map based on a real life location. It is from a top creator, one that we see quite a lot. I don't think it's one of their best, but it has that one thing that all the best maps have, and that is playability. If you don't care about aesthetics and you don't care about it being a little bit meh overall, but you just want to build a city on a good bit of land, then this is definitely a potential map for you. Now, if you're building a city and it gets a bit urbanized, then maybe you'll want a little bit of graffiti on that particular city. So if you don't know how to do it, I now have a graffiti tutorial up on the channel. So do feel free to take a little look. I'll link it at the end of today's show as well. Right, if you're happy and I'm happy and everybody else is happy, it's time, for that daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you very much for that support. Okay, today's map is Ocean City NJ Vanilla Map by MrMiyagi. Ocean City, a location in New Jersey, which I do understand isn't a sweater. Little in-joke there. Oh dear. There's your start square. Highways coming in from two directions and the abandoned rail line, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. The fertile land has been used to give the swamps their realistic colour, and in terms of what you need off the workshop, well, it's vanilla. So literally nothing. Zero. Not a theme, not nothing. We'll use the vanilla temperate theme, and because I forgot to change the LUT, I think we're using Relight average. Doesn't look like the realistic 1.2, so I'm suspecting it's a Relight average from the last time that I was using the game. So let's have a little look-see at what is basically a little bit of a bland map, and because we are 100% vanilla, like here, this is okay. This is fine, nothing wrong with that really. I'd tweak it myself personally, but it's okay. 3 lanes down to 1 lane because we're 100% vanilla. That's basically all we can do really. There's no real other option there. A little tree there hanging onto the edge. Oh, that's okay. But yeah, 3 lanes down to 1 lane up to 3. Because we're 100% vanilla, there is no other option. So you're forgiven, MrMiyagi. You are very much forgiven. So let's have a look and see where this road takes us. Real life location, so the roads will be based upon real life, and this road here has got a little bit of a gap in the middle for shipping. Is it tall enough? Now there's a question. Is it a high enough gap? Yeah, okay, keep moving. Lots of felled trees because I think swampland being reclaimed, there's probably felled trees for that reason. And highways are of course of the highest standards. They're equidistant all the way, they make a lot of sense, and the way they're laid out also takes a lot of the main traffic away from the city until you really establish yourself into it. Trumpet intersection there, a little bit tweaked, don't think it's quite vanilla. Little bit of a grumble, minor grumble. Yes, the visibility aspect as you're coming down the ramp. Let's have a look, see how much visibility we've got. As we come down the ramp at say 50, and we look over our shoulder and see what's coming in the... we're going to have to stop to do this because we can't move at the same time. You can kind of see sort of the traffic. They can kind of see the top of you, sort of. I'd like to see a little bit more visibility at the bottom there, maybe dropping it down to ground level or something along those lines. If we were to carry along the highway, and that takes us right off to the edge of the map. There's nothing interesting going on down there at all, other than lots of trees and a not entirely 100% straight, but perfectly handled highway. Right, now we are heading down towards the start square. There's no traffic running through here because of MrMiyagi's beautiful planning, and we have a beautiful bridge. Do you like beautiful bridges? This is a beautiful bridge. See, lovely, long, slow, tapered. Remember long and slow and tapered. Do you remember those words that I just used there? A long and slow and tapered back down to ground. Now, it was a little bit of terrain misalignment which isn't a huge problem, but I think they would have aligned to the terrain for both parts of the bridge here. So I'm going to just show you what I mean. First of all, let's shall we drop that one to the level of the first this side. See, that's better aligned, isn't it? We do have a wee bit of a divot on the right hand side though, which I think is a little bit ugly. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to raise both of them because they're perfectly aligned now. There you go, it gets rid of the divots, and I think that's much cleaner. Is it a problem? No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Just with a map with so little really to talk about, because it is meh, to be honest. The few things that I do find, I am going to talk about today. I'm not going to skip over much, to be honest with you, because there's not really much to skip over. So when I find something, we're going straight in. Ploughing straight in. Speaking of ploughing, we are now ploughing down into the start square. If you like flat buildable areas with coasts and rivers and stuff, that's really quite nice. When I say rivers, it's like swampy area, but you know what I mean. There we go. That is your start square. Pretty solid, I think. Quite like that. Quite like it a lot. Well, what we need there is some houses. And we found one right here. Now, I really like this. This is right up there in the Steam Weekly chart at the moment. It's the Anton Pieck House 4 by EerieEden. House 4 means there are some other houses, and it does say in the description that it's by popular demand. It's a lovely, lovely, quaint little cottage. Smashing, falling to pieces. A little bit like my body. And factoids, because factoids. Determined to look smart for her execution. Mata Hari, remember her? Girl power, oh yeah. Had a girl power for her execution. Had a special outfit made for the occasion. Can you see her doing a get ready with me video on YouTube? Get ready with me for my execution. Here's my new outfit. Anton Pieck, who I'm hoping wasn't executed. House number 4 by EerieEden. Definitely still not executed. Today's asset of the day. As we head back, now we'll have a look at the rail now. There's not too much to say about the rail. In real life, this is an abandoned railway line. MrMiyagi's chosen not to have it overgrown, which I guess is nice. Plus, we're going 100% vanilla, which means there's not too much that he could use. Maybe the vegetation could have been overgrown on it, but at least it means you don't have to clear it if you want to use it, really. So it's a kind of a plus. And then we've got this lovely, gently, slowly, nicely tapered bridge. I'm happy with this. Remember? Nicely, slowly, gently tapered. Remember that? And we come back down to the ground, slowly, nicely, gently tapered. And then we head down towards that start square intersection that we looked at earlier. The wiggly trumpet, right? And then what we have here, like the tunnel just drops off a little bit. It's not a big problem at all. Almost within tolerance of the game. Just slightly out of tolerance, I think, but almost within tolerance. Worse on this side. Again, not horrendous. And I'm going to show you in just a few moments how I would fix this. So we are going to a slight divot here. MrMiyagi has given us a slight divot. But I would say nice, slowly, gently tapered is what we are looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find these nodes. I'm going to drop them down individually, and until we find a nice gentle slope that I'm happier with. And that one down a little bit, and then this one. You see what I'm doing here? Select it so it goes green. BonBonB, well done. The amount of times I do that. Sometimes my game isn't very responsive. I think it might be because of like the 10,000 mods that you guys have got me using to make my shows just a little bit more palatable, you know. Maybe. Yes, and then this one here down, not quite so. Again, go green, make it go green. Well done, BonBonB. And down, and like this now is a much more gentle slope. I think one more. I think we just do that last one there. Down a fraction. Right, now that for me, if we get rid of the terrain lines as well, boom, there we go. That I think is much better. Just gently finding its way down there. We could do the same on the other side as well coming out. I'm not going to do it because you've seen what I mean. I think that would be a bit of an improvement. Now,
are you baffled by how YouTubers put detailing on their assets? Are you frightened that something called anarchy would break your game? Then you need the BonBonB's Beginner Guide to Anarchy. Click the information button now.
And now the shipping. Now we have shipping. We have 4 separate shipping routes. They don't connect, so there'll be no through ships at all, which makes it difficult for us to tell if bridges are high enough. That one dead ends there. We've got another short one here that comes in just from the edge of the map, and dead ends are right there. Then we have 2 coming in parallel with each other, and they follow each other in. One breaks off to the right and goes through the slightly higher bridge. I quite like that. One on the left goes into the docks about there, and that higher bridged one goes through to this one, which I'm not sure if that's high enough for a cruiser or even for a container vessel. I could be wrong. Not going to test it. I don't care enough. Water flow. Water flow, we have some very nicely positioned spawn points at the start square, so you can definitely get started. Beyond that, there is a drain point there somewhere. There we are. So there is water movement out there on the edge, and it goes round into the drain point right there. So yes, that covers all of that. Now there's plenty of water on this map, lots of swampy, marshy type. I don't know if bayou is the word. It's not the word. I'm not up on my American terms, but these like swampy rivers, they are everywhere, absolutely everywhere. What is a bayou? I'll have to Google that now. I don't know, but yeah, swampy, marshy type lands, reclaimed land. Here though, the water does go right the way through. You can find the path through there. And if you have a look at the water flow, we do have water coming in from this side as well as from the other side. Now, if you're going to pump water out in this particular area, be aware that that can be a problem. I'm not marking the map down on it because you've always got to be careful anyway. But because the start square is fine and there are plenty of options, that's not a problem. Just be aware that, you know, if you're going to be dumb, that's not the place to be dumb there, okay? Now let's have a look for some detailing. Have we got any look. It's the essential lighthouse. Isn't it lovely? Thanks, MrMiyagi. Thank you. Right, okay, we can move on. That doesn't really do it. The sand, I think I'd like to see it edge around a little bit more, especially with the water flow going around that way. I'd like to see the sand carried around the corner as well. Then the docks. Now, I don't know if a better player or a worse player would put harbours on all of those docks. MrMiyagi has chosen not to. I'm not going to mark him down for it. But I don't know whether it would be a better or a worse player that would fix that. I don't know, actually. Yeah, is this high enough for a cruiser? I'm not sure it is. I'm pretty sure these bridges are a little bit too low for that. So there might be some collisions there. So your chance to vote on this map, because we have basically seen everything now. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. No sound effects. Okay, let me tell you what I think. Aesthetically, it doesn't blow me away in a shape or form. In fact, I'm struggling to even call it a 3-star map. It's not ugly, but I think it just falls short of being a 3-star map. I'm going to give it. And I'm accepting that it's vanilla. I think even if this had a theme, I don't really... No, 2 stars. Detailing across the whole. There's not too much wrong with it. There's not too much to criticise about it either. The bridges might be a little bit too low, but they might not be. I'm giving it a low 3. Gameplay potential. Yeah, I think it's very playable. I think for what it's been designed to be, it is an excellent example of a meh map. And I'm going to give it, wait for this, a low 4. There we are. I think it's slightly more than a 3. Ocean City NJ Vanilla Map by MrMiyagi, who was chosen not to put his name in the title. Make up your mind, MrMiyagi. Make up your freaking mind. Perhaps it's not good enough to put his full name to. I don't know. Perhaps. I don't know. It's not one of his best, but it's very playable. So, good. Big old nod for that one. So anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. The Steam Weekly Chart is out, and the Steam Monthly Map Chart is out too. So check that one on the channel, as well as, of course, that tutorial. And I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series.